What's good? What's good? I am pretty sure I'm going to try to focus on moving into a van again. I mentioned it in my last video because that's the only way I think I'm ever going to be able to make progress because I'm paying a lot of rent for a friggin' room and it's just not cool. The cost of living is insane. And the bigger topic of this video, kind of the connection of my loss of motivation and direction and purpose. So I have college degrees and I've done like competitive powerlifting. And so, like, I know how to focus and I know how to accomplish an objective. I know how to work hard. Uh, just over the last few years, I haven't known what direction to work hard in. And it's like the most frustrating thing because I know I have this like capacity within me and I'm just not utilizing it because I don't know where and how. And, anyways, I don't really talk about this because it doesn't really fucking matter because, yeah, my family name means nothing anymore. But there is a giant road in my hometown named after one of my great 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 uncles. So it's like one of the biggest roads in the town. And the short version of this story is that I know that it's been conveyed to me, ran like a general store and maybe, had some lumber activity and was big in the economy of the Pacific Northwest. And when the economy took a downturn, he created money, like a money that he would accept at his store and that other businesses in the area would accept. And it kind of kept the economy going for a while until the government got involved and said, no, we don't let you guys do that kind of stuff because, you know, they like to control things because we're not a free market, even though people say we are, but we're definitely not a free market. So, anyways, his efforts, garnered him some acclaim in the community. And so they named the road after him. And there's this expression, um, familial wealth is usually squandered within 3 generations. And so he was like a great, great, great uncle, maybe one more great, but it's been at least 3 generations. And so all of our familial wealth is gone. I grew up kind of like I had a nomadic growing up. We moved a lot. There were some trailer parks involved. There was, typical white trash sort of upbringing. But I have one memory of like the last family property that was, sold by my grandparents or whatever, because, they needed money and they squandered the fucking family fortune. But I have this one memory of going to like a little farmhouse and it was kind of down in like a little valley. And so it was a little secluded and there was an orchard and a shop. And I was like 4 years old and I was collecting tadpoles and observing the growth cycle of a tadpole to a frog. And it was so cool to have this like interactive educational childhood experience. Um, and that memory always stuck with me. And I guess I maybe never understood why until recently, because I long for and I yearn for my own piece of property like that. And I would love to raise kids on that property. And that's how I would love to homeschool them and raise them, is like interactive educational experiences involving nature and our reality and our surroundings. And I see no path forward for how I'm ever going to obtain a little piece of land. So on my maternal side, that's where the family legacy name comes in. It's gone. It's gone. Like my family is just trash, white trash, trailer trash. And, I'm, I can't, it sucks to say that. And I'm not exactly an affluent man myself. I don't have any resources. I work a normal job and I do other things to try and get by, but I have no status in society. I have no resources, and I don't know how I'm ever going to get such resources. And then on my paternal side, I've never met the guy, and we've texted a little bit, and his biggest feedback is that I need to find Jesus Christ. There's no family like inheritance there either. So like a lot of the people I know that do have these properties, it's a familial thing. And so like families that don't squander the money, they teach the children how to be smart with their resources. And I accept responsibility for all of my life actions. So I'm not using any excuses. I'm just saying, if you were not set up for success in this day and age, you're effed. And I said in one of my other previous videos that I'm painfully average, and that's fine because like average moves things forward. Average moves things forward. You know, mm, without average people who would just do some of like the normal things that enable great, like, an engineer who thinks of like a designs a skyscraper. Or I was talking to a friend about like massive ships. They're so fucking impressive. And so I would say it takes an extraordinary mind to do the meta engineering, right, from top to bottom, to know how all the pieces go together and to coordinate that activity. I would call that a great mind. And it's not to denigrate an average mind, because I think, and see, I hate to even use the word average, because every person who contributes to the construction of that ship is extraordinary. The people who are doing the rivets, the people who are doing the welding, the people who are operating. And so, like, although they might not be as well compensated as the engineer who oversaw the project, they're still extraordinary people. But I'm getting off subject. It's just the average American no longer has an opportunity to get an acre or two of land. And it's so depressing, and it doesn't have to be this way. And uh, I understand why, there's this dating crisis going on right now. And I get it, because our economy and our society and our culture has been intentionally manipulated in a way to discourage the natural interaction of the sexes in support of contributing to this collectivist ideal and dream of a communal society. But that's not even the ultimate objective. That is the conveyed and propaganda driven objective. The real objective is just the consolidation of power and resources. And so they're weaponizing different types of people in different ways to accomplish that objective. And we're playing right into that game. And so I see all of this going on, and I make just a very average amount of money, and I have no family sort of uh, support system. So, and a lot of young people are in this situation because they've been destroying the family unit for decades, and they've succeeded. And so I so much sort of like, I have compassion for the incels, and like the men going their own way, the MGTOWs. And I have so much compassion for the disenfranchised and the radicalized, because I get it. I get it. What the fuck are we supposed to do? I'm wasting my fucking life, and I hate it, and I don't know what to do. And I know so many other people feel that way. So many people go home to their apartments or to their little fucking rooms in their roommate situation, where there's always tension and drama because nobody's fucking happy where they live. They're just stuck in this rent cycle. Oh my gosh, this video has been, I I don't know. What do we do? What the fuck do we do? I don't know what to do. Well, I don't know. Thank you for listening. I'm going to end the rambling there. Much love, y'all.